No, the world is on fire. Look at Gaza, look at Trump, look at racism, look at the world. The world's on fire. Actually, it's been on fire my whole life, since I was born. My entire life, it felt like the world was on fire. There's always economic doom. There's always racism, war, trouble. There's always something going on. It feels like the world has always been on fire. Look at a history book. Oh my God. It's just on fire, on fire, on fire. When does it ever stop? And right now, worst time in the history of the world. Because now we're arguing, but we have atomic weapons. Can you see what is happening? Can you be absolutely fearless in the world? Don't let the world scare you. The world has always been on fire, and that's good. As humanity, people think we are finished program. Humans are like this. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's human nature. We always argue, we always fight, we always kill. You think that is human nature? No. I mean, if you look at a history book, it would look like that, yeah. But we are in kindergarten of our evolution. We're just growing up. And everything we see around, everything we've experienced so far are the growing pains. It's just life reflecting back to us our current state of consciousness. It's the life that we are awakening as humans, but we're still half asleep, and look at what we do. Just like kids argue over this is my toy, we argue this is my country. I mean, what is Gaza? What is Israel? It's just a thought in our head. There's no such thing as Gaza or Israel. It's just a thought in our head, and then we make it on a map, and then we put soldiers on there. And then we say, well, this is this, and this is that. It's just a thought in our mind. And people say, well, history repeats, and of course it repeats. But history, there is jokes like history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. Human nature doesn't change. And that's why history doesn't change. But human nature is changing. We're waking up to all of this. And we're going, if we're in kindergarten so far, we're going into primary school. And it's more and more of us are awakening to the fact that countries are a fiction of our imagination. That this is mine, this is yours, a fiction of the imagination. Race, color. I am this race, I am white. It's ridiculous to think that I'm white. I mean, yes, my skin color is white, but that's not who I am. Or drag queens or transgender, and like, it's awesome. We're playing around with these ideas. And that's why it feels like the world is on fire, because it's life emerging, and at the same time, we're fighting against it. But if you can see what's happening, it's just simply us expressing. You are not your gender, you are not your age, you are not your religion. Or I'm atheist, you're not spiritual, you're not atheist, you're none of these things. And as long as we believe we are those things, as long as our mind attaches to these things, then we have the world we currently have. You think that we're going to solve it through diplomacy? That is ludicrous. You think that laws with transgender laws and all these things are going to solve our problems, racism laws? It is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Politics doesn't bring change, it only reflects change. And what change does it reflect? The awakening of our own humanity, to awaken to who you are, beyond all those labels, beyond the concepts of the mind. And you can see if you've transcended them. What city are you from? Well, write in the comments. And I'll offend your city. I'll offend your country. Or your family, God knows what. And if you're offended by that, you know you've still identified so much with it that you think you are dead. And you're starting a war in the comment section or in your mind. And How is that any different to the wars that we are fighting? How is that any different to the culture wars and all these things that we are fighting? We are awakening as humanity. But you don't get to the next grade by judging the world, by complaining about the world, by saying, oh God, the world is on fire. You are on fire. We are on fire. And that's okay. But tend to your own fire first, to the inner conflicts, to the inner, like you look at someone who's different than you and you have these thoughts coming up. This is the only thing you need to take care of. I want to fight racism in the world. No. Start with your own mind. Nations should live in peace. Start with your own mind. Someone takes your parking space. Let's see how you act. And then transcend that. And the world will take care of itself. Trust me. Because what else is the world but a reflection of our own consciousness? And we want to put out wars in the world without putting out these little skirmishes in our own mind. We want to redraw borders, and then we get upset about the person taking our parking space or the stuff from our fridge. Your wife, it's your wife. Did you take my stuff? Did you eat my snack? Take care of yourself. And if you're okay with yourself, the world is okay. And that's the only contribution you need to make. Put out your own fire. And I know you will forget, and you will judge, and you will blame, and you will watch the news. Get the good news. I write a letter from my soul to yours every day, Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. in your inbox, reminding you of why you are really here on earth, and that it's a good place to be. That's the good news. That's the news you can tune into. Subscribe to that.